Hello everyone, welcome to today's dance lesson. Today we are going to be looking at James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl, so another one of the books in his series. So we've looked at lots and lots this term, but today I'm going to focus on this one because I love all these characters in the story. And it's about a magic giant peach, and there's lots and lots of adventures that happen, so I thought that would be brilliant for dance. We can look at the language they use and make up some movement to do with that. So, first of all, we're going to do a warm-up, and we're going to introduce some of our characters straight away. So, what we're going to do is split the room into different sections, and if I say one of the characters' names, you have to run to that spot in the room. So, if I say spider, you have to run to this side of the room. Hopefully you've got a bigger room than me. Okay, so you have to run over and put your hands on the wall or the side there. Good. If I say grasshopper, you have to run to the back of your room. Okay, as far away from your screen as you can. Good. If I say glowworm, you have to run to this side. Good. And if I say ladybird, you have to run right to the front. Hello. Okay, so we have a ladybird, we have spider, we have grasshopper, we have glowworm, and if I say peach, like the magic peach, you have to make a big ball shape, any ball shape, a round shape, and you have to stand right in the middle of your room. So peach, okay, big ball shape. Good, so I'm going to mix them up so they're not in order. So we're going to start with spider. Go. So with this side. Good. Let's go grasshopper. Right to the back. Well done. Let's go peach. In the middle. Big round peach. And glowworm. Well done. Let's go glowworm. Did you move? Well done spider. Good. Ladybird. Hello, right to the front. Good. Spider. Back to where we were. Well done. Grasshopper. Right to the back. Peach. Right to the middle. Glowworm. Well done, ladybird. Glowworm. Peach. Hold. Well done. Can you be a really big peach? And a really small peach? All the juice has been squeezed out. Well done. Good. Okay, now I thought another thing we could look at to do with dance and James and the Giant Peach are our 4 basic body shapes. Excuse me. So we use these in dance and we can make really interesting shapes. So which one do you think we've used already? We have used ball, because we've been a peach already, haven't we? So our pin is long, thin, narrow and straight. Our ball is round, small, neat and curved. Our wall is enormous, wide, strong, and twisted or bendy, tangled and knotty. Okay, so we've looked at these quite a lot, our 4 basic body shapes. So I thought we can link these to some of our characters again. So, one of the characters is called Aunt Spiker, and she's horrible. She's really tall and skinny, and she's very spiky, just like her name. She's not a very nice person. So I thought that would be a good pin. Something very tall, very spiky. Yeah, you can do pins on different levels. We could do a pin on a high level, a low level, but I'm going to do a pin on a medium level. So I'm going to make a very thin, long line, and my pin's going to go this way. Good. So can you see my arms are in a straight line? So I'm Spiker, Aunt Spiker, being very spiky, very strong, straight arms. Good, like a long needle. So that's our pin shape. Now you can do whichever one you like. You can go on the floor, go up high. I think I'm going to go for this one. Okay. So that's our pin. Our ball. Well, we're going to have to do the old peach, aren't we? So I'm going to make a really big, round peach shape. I think mine's going to be quite big. Again, a sort of middle level. I'm going to go about here. Imagine you're holding a big, smooth peach. Feel the fuzzy sides. That's it. Good. Now the other character is Aunt Sponge, and she's really big, she's pretty ugly, and she's really nasty as well. So we have Spiker, who's very thin and tall and very spiky in her manner and her looks. And we have Aunt Sponge, who's a bit like a sponge, a bit squidgy, a bit lazy. So that's going to be our wall shape. She's going to be very wide. And I think I'm going to do her quite high, but quite wide. And imagine that you're really quite fat and quite big, like a big squashy cake. There we go. Okay, so we have our wall, and our last one, our twist. One of our lovely characters is our centipede. So centipedes are very, very bendy and twisty, and they can make beautiful spiral shapes. They sort of curl up. So I want you to make a lovely twisty shape as much as you can. Okay, and that's going to be our lovely centipede, but we like him. He's our friend in the book. Okay, so we have Pin, Aunt Spiker. Good. Peach, Magic Peach. Feel the sides. Good. Hold. We have Big Fat Sponge. Good. And we have our twisty, lovely centipede. So if you can, hold a shape. I know it's quite tempting to move, but if you can, hold that twisty shape. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is put some music on, so we can do our pin, ball, wall, twist with some music, and we're going to hold each one for 8 counts. Okay, so we're going to hold Spiker, Peach, Sponge, and Centipede for 8 counts each. Okay? Right, let's get ready with Spiker, your first shape. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 7, 8. Peach. Good. Sponge. And centipede. Good. Now I've just realised I counted in double time, so that was quite quick. So what we're going to do is actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to change 1, 2, 3, 4. I did it way too fast. Okay, so we're going to do it in half the time so we can really feel that shape. Keep the energy moving even though you're very still. Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. So 8 counts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 5, 6, 7, good, peach, and 1, 2, 3, hold, 4, 5, 6, good, 7, 8, into the wall, grow, 1, 2, hold, 4, 5, well done, 6, 7, 8, twist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 7, 8, good, well done. Okay, so it's really good to practice holding something. It's quite hard to keep still in dance sometimes, but sometimes we need to practice that. So I'm going to introduce you to some of our lovely characters. So here we go. Now we have here our horrible aunts. Aunt Sponge, who is our wall, who is fat and mean and round, and we have Aunt Spiker, who is spiky and mean in her name and her behaviour, and they live with James, or James lives with them, and they're really horrible to James, and they don't treat him very well, and he has to do all the work around the house, and they boss him around, and they're very mean to him. So that's who he lives with, but he's also our hero in the story. So what happened is James is kicked out of the house one day, and he's very sad because he just doesn't want to be living with his 2 horrible aunts. And he comes across a man, a mysterious man in his garden. And the man senses that James is unhappy and gives him this bag of magic seeds. And he says, what you've got to do is you've got to
look after these seeds and they'll bring you some magic. So James is very excited and he runs back to the house, but as he runs back, he trips over and all the seeds go into the ground. He trips over just by a peach tree. And the man says, wherever these magic seeds touch, that's where the magic will happen. So he falls over and he tries to grab all these seeds and tries to put them back in the bag, but he can't because they dig their way into the ground. So James is very sad. And then later on, he comes back to the tree and sees that one of the peaches is growing, and it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's the size of a small house. So it's very, very exciting. And what James does is he manages to climb inside the peach, and he meets some amazing creatures who live inside it. And these creatures go on an adventure with him, and they become his friends, and he manages to run away and roll away. The peach rolls down the hill, snaps off the tree, and disappears away from the horrible aunts. So James escapes with his lovely new friends, and he has lots of adventures with them. So one of the characters we're going to look at is the Ladybird, and she's lovely. She's very kind, she's very caring, she's very gentle, and she's round. She's got a lovely smooth shell, can you see that? And she has 9 black spots on her back. So we like the Ladybird. And then we have the Glowworm, and he's lovely. He's very shy, but he's the one who shines, can you see his light here, inside the peach stone where they all live because the peach is so big. And it lights up the room for them. The next characters we have are our centipede here. So our centipede is really funny. He has lots and lots of boots that he's constantly taking on and off, and poor James has to help him. They have very knotty laces. He's very, very chatty. He's got a very long body, and it's segmented. So if you've ever seen a picture of a centipede, there's lots of segments to a centipede's body. And our next character is the old green grasshopper, and they're all really friendly towards James and start to look after him straight away. And he's sort of in charge, the green grasshopper. He's very old, he's very wise, and he can make music by rubbing his legs together, and he jumps, and that's what grasshoppers do. They make noises and they can jump really, really high. So remember that one for our dance. And our last characters are the earthworm, and he's really funny because he's actually very worried. He worries and panics about everything. He can't really see. That's why he's wearing these sunglasses. And so, because earthworms haven't got very good sight. So you can see here, he always needs lots of reassurance. And he's used as bait because one of the things that they do is tie him to the silk that the spider and the silkworm make. And then they lay him out on top of the peach, then the seagulls dive down, and as the seagulls dive down to try and get the worm, they pull the earthworm back into the peach, and then they tie a thread around each seagull, and then the seagulls eventually lift the peach up out of the sea. But you'll have to read the whole book to understand that story a bit more. So it's quite funny. The earthworm doesn't like that at all, but they're all heroes in this story, really. So our next lovely character is Miss Spider. And she is always weaving things. So spiders weave webs, but she also weaves hammocks for them so they can sleep in them at night time in their lovely, soft, silky beds. And then our final one is our silkworm, and he's very quiet, but he also helps make silk to capture the seagulls as well. So these are our 2 weavers and our earthworm. And then we have our old green grasshopper in charge, our centipede, and then we have our glowworm who lights up the peach, and our ladybird, and of course James, our hero. So what we're going to do is look at these characters and think about how each one is going to move. So we're going to start with our lovely ladybird, and she is very smooth. I don't know if you've seen a ladybird, but they've got 2 sort of segments to their bodies, and they open out into wings. So I like the idea of being quite low and quite small and round to the floor, and the idea of making these wings with our arms. So you can see sort of coming around sideways. So making 2 segments with our bodies, with our arms. We can go 1, 2, like that. So just try that very smooth movement 1 and 2. Okay, our next character is the glowworm. And I love this idea because I like the idea of a light glowing up. So he grows brighter and then dimmer, brighter and then dimmer. So try that. So we're sort of very gently expanding, and as we get bigger you can imagine the light getting brighter, and as we get smaller the light's getting dimmer. So we go out and in, out and in. Good. So we have our ladybird, 1, 2. We have our glowworm, out, in, out and in. Good. We now have our centipede with all the legs, and he's segmented. So what we're going to do is put our hands on the floor, jump onto our feet, and as much as you can, we're going to come up in stages, like little isolations. So we're going to bend the knees and do little jagged movements, okay, to try and move your body as you had lots of different sections all the way through your body. So just practice that a few times. So you go so you imagine something moving a bit like caterpillar tracks maybe, all the way up, and that's our centipede. Good. Our next one is our old green grasshopper. And grasshoppers rub their legs together and they make music and make sound. So I like that idea. So I want you to rub your hands together and we're going to jump. So we're going to go rub, jump, rub, jump, rub, jump, rub, jump. Good. So you do 4 of those. Rub, jump, and really push your hand down as if we're making a noise. We're going to do a big jump. So as your hand goes down, that pushes you off the ground. Good. So we've got our ladybird, we've got our glowworm, we've got our centipede, we've got our grasshopper, and now we've got our earthworm. So this is where our twisty body shape comes in. I want you to twist and writhe and move around as much as you can, because earthworms don't have any bones, so they're super bendy, super flexible. So can you twist all over the place, all the levels, high, low. Okay, and this earthworm's a bit of a worrier, he worries. So you can imagine him panicking a bit. Ah, twisty, twisty, doesn't want to be eaten by the seagulls. All over the place, as much as you can. Good, bendy, bendy. Okay, we next have Miss Spider. And I want you to imagine we're going to weave a web right in front of us, all the way, getting smaller and smaller, like a spiral. But we're going to do a web shape, and when we get to the middle, I want you to imagine sticking in it and slowly moving like you've been caught in the sticky web. So we're going to draw the web with our hands. So imagine drawing a big, big, big web in front of you. And then we're going to stick in front of it and gently sway in the breeze. Good. So that's our spider. And then our final one is our silkworm. And this one's brilliant because we can do lots of spinning and they can create silk very quickly. Like little threads, a bit like the spider. But I want you to do lots of crazy sort of spinning. Imagine spinning a web, spinning threads all around you, up, down, side space, up space again. I'm going to finish really fast, wrapping around your body into a little cocoon. So imagine you've wrapped yourself up in the silk, like that, okay? So we're going to end there. So that's quite a lot of characters, isn't it? Let's run through them once more. So we've got our ladybird, very smooth. We've got our glowworm, sort of pulsating light. Good. We've got our segmented centipede. Good. We have our old green grasshopper. 4 of these. Good. We have a twisty, twisty, bendy earthworm. He's a bit panicking. Ah! Good. Twisty, twisty, all the way. We have our spider weaving our web. Right, getting smaller, right to the middle. And now we're going to stick in it and gently sway. And finally our silkworm, who's a bit of a crazy spinner.
Spin, 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 making amazing, all kinds of threads. But we're going to finish wrapping ourselves up in a cocoon, like that, and we're going to end. Okay, so if you need to, which you might, you can wind this back to the beginning so you can run through those again, or if you want to, we can try it with music. I found some quite exciting, adventurous music that I think will bring these characters to life a bit. So if you're ready, let's try it with some music. Here we go. There we go, I told you it was exciting. Ooh, I feel like we've been on an adventure. So I chose that because the whole book, lots of things happen throughout the book and it's very exciting, and there's drama, and then things are calmer, and then something else happens, and something else bad happens, and then something good happens, so it's like this. So I thought that music sort of reflects that quite nicely. Another reason I chose it is because it's really hard in dance. When the music's fast, but you're dancing slowly. So I always think, well, you know when we're doing our spider web, the music's very fast, but we're being very calm. So we're kind of doing the opposite to the music, excuse me. But that's really good practice to do that, because otherwise you'll be like this the whole time. You'll be that fast. And that's quite hard to keep up that fast during a dance. So it's nice to go slowly, even when the music's going fast. Okay, so we're going to try that again. So if the music's fast, don't feel like you have to go fast, you can go slow. Okay, so let's try that again. Ladybird, glowworm, centipede, ogre grasshopper, earthworm, spider, silkworm. Right, let's do it. Here we go. Did you go on an adventure? Oh, that was really fun, wasn't it? Are you out of breath? I'm quite out of breath. Good, I actually feel like I've been flying up high in a peach and I've landed in the sea and all the other things that happen in that book. Well, that's fantastic, thank you. I think we need a little cool down, very quick cool down just to bring our breathing down, bring us down from that adventurous height. So we're going to go very slowly through our pinball wall twist again, just to catch our breath. So we're going to go pin, we're going to go ball, our peach, we're going to go wall, our horrible aunt sponge, and we're going to go our twisty centipede, or it could be our twisty worm now, because we've met him as well, haven't we? Good, so we're going to go spiker, pin, peach, ball, sponge, wool, and twist. You can be centipede or earthworm, whichever you like. Good. And just come onto your feet. Very slowly, let's do our segmented centipede. All the way up to the top. Big breath in and out. Big breath in. Good. Fantastic. Give yourselves a clap. That's brilliant work. I bet you did an amazing, amazing job. So if you want to, wind this back, have another go, use that music. It's really, really fun. And maybe you can think of some different movements for each of the characters as well. But thank you for dancing with me today. I bet you did a brilliant job, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.